we've said it before in the show, but you can talk all you want about Carey Price, you can talk all you want about the defensive structure of the Habs, but really they've got an impressive group of forwards as well. What do you like about that forward group so much, Johnny, that could make them a legit contender to win the Cup?
I think they are all defensively responsible. They're going to ask Suzuki to score, but each of the four lines, they don't have to hide them. They don't have to worry about matchups. They're all comfortable playing against other teams' top lines. They all play very similarly. They all are, they don't have one line that plays all offense and high-risk plays, the other ones don't. They all kind of play the same way, and that allows them to roll lines over and be very consistent night in, night out. We think we've seen that throughout the playoffs.
Totally. I love the balance between speed but physicality and also the courage to get to the spots. And the courage to get to the spots is something that Montreal in years gone by didn't necessarily have en masse. You would see it from Gallagher and a couple players in their group. But now pretty much everybody is willing to pay the price to win a board battle, to get to the interior of the ice to make plays, and also to, as you heard in the press conference a little bit earlier, compete defensively, what you were just alluding to, Johnny. And that's become infectious, that willingness to compete defensively, and that's going to come in big time, and you see it on their penalty kill, but it's also translated to how they defend at even strength, too.
And the one other part of that forward lineup that you have to appreciate is maybe they might not be so dynamic offensively down the middle, but all of their centermen are very responsible and can be trusted defensively. Suzuki and Kotkaniemi are pretty young. We know how great he is, and even Eric Stahl on the back end. They all are kind of smart defensive players down the middle, which really anchors what they try to do in their own end.
So don't count the Habs forward lines out, but we do need to give a nod to the Lightning forward lines as well. And when you look at this, it does look like a mismatch on paper, right? Because you talk about this number of superstars that we see here and the number of weapons that they have at their disposal. Again, assuming Kucherov is good to go for Game 1 and the rest of the Stanley Cup Final, this is a formidable lineup that you're trying to beat if you're the Montreal Canadiens. Where is the weakness? Is there any, or is this the best forward group in the National?
Well, you know what? They're tremendously talented, but their 5-on-5, you have to separate their power play from their 5-on-5 play. Their power play, of course, it's insurmountable. I don't even know how you diagram how to stop it. But 5-on-5, they've not been that dominant. Game 7 aside, they were very good in that game. But they've not controlled scoring chances, shots, expected goals to the same degree that you might think they should when you look at those names. Now, that's their competition. That's other teams playing well. But they're not so good that Montreal look and say, well, what are we going to do with that? We can't stop that. Not at all. I think that it's far closer to, a 50-50 series at 5-on-5 than people give credit for. Now, can Cirelli, Killorn, and Stamkos provide consistent offensive push? We know Point will with Kucherov, healthy or not. They will. We know Gord will provide energy and physicality and then chip it occasionally. What will Cirelli, Stamkos, and Killorn bring? I don't know if that's a guarantee they'll bring offense. If they do, then it gets really tough to play against them. But they haven't consistently throughout these playoffs. Will they in the final? Yeah, and I think one of the things for Tampa is that in their growth and maturation as a team, they've probably been willing to say, okay, let's forego a little bit of that explosive firepower that we have, those ordinances that we have that we can deploy at any time to be able to light up the red lamp and say, hey, listen, we're just going to come down here, bing, 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 run this little play, some short passes and get a stretch pass, so to speak, or a grade A opportunity. That's maybe to their credit, which bodes well for Montreal because Montreal doesn't have the one-shot finishers en masse in their lineup. They don't have 3 or 4 of those players. They have Cole Caulfield. You can maybe put Suzuki in that mix a little bit. Maybe Toffoli, but that's about,
Exactly, exactly, yeah.
Okay, interesting to watch these matchups.